Give me an idea. I mean, obviously disappointed with the result last time out. Tough fight against a tough athlete. Kind of what's been going on since then? I mean, was it hey, let's decompress for a little bit? Was it right back in the gym? Give me an idea what's been going on since then.
Since my last fight, I'm not one of those fighters who only trains during a fight camp. I'm always in the gym. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to improve. But it's nice to be able to learn and improve without the pressure of a fight camp and without being like, oh, I have to cut weight, I have to diet, and thinking about a specific opponent in mind. I think that in MMA, like, you should always just want to get better and better every day and become a well-rounded fighter. And not only that, there's so, like, with me, and I know not just me as a fighter, but there's, with sponsors and doing, meet and greets and meeting with fans and going to events, that stuff's important too. And I don't want to deal with that stuff during fight camp. So it's kind of like the balance of everything is like, now I get to come to these UFC fan experiences, and I get to interact with the fans, and I get to go to events and have fun, and it's the other part of the job. There's the job of being the dedicated athlete, and then there's like your public persona, not like persona, but your celebrity type, so you have to just kind of balance it out and keep everybody happy and keep yourself happy. And sometimes I think too, most fighters want to fight, like they want to have a quick turnaround. And I've been doing it for 15 years now, and I used to be that person, but now there's something to be said about the downtime and the balance. And, I used to fight for like, $2,000. So, it's also like, and you want to like make it to the top. So you're like, and now I don't have the stress of like, it's my job, but I'm not like desperate, like, I'm so broke, I have to fight, So now it's just like, I can, like I said, I'm still training, and now I have I don't have to go to a full-time job and then go to the gym. Now I can just train, and that's what I do. I've always treated fighting like my job, and now I don't have to work two jobs.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask you, because I felt like, for a little bit, you almost felt like you had something to prove in the UFC. You almost felt to prove that, that you belong, that you had a right to be here, and then you went on the nice winning streak, and I think you proved, hey, I'm a legitimate contender, I belong here. Then you have the setback, but I wonder what that does to you. I mean, do you say, because you're still right there. You're talking about the top of the division. So where do you feel like your career is at right now? I mean, do you feel like, hey, yes, I'm still right there in the mix? Do you feel like I got a chip on my shoulder, I got something to prove? Tell me where you feel like you stand.
I definitely don't have a chip on my shoulder. I don't feel like I have anything to prove. I feel like, to all the people who did doubt me and did hate him, like, I already proved it. So that's solidified. Nobody can ever take that away. I've been the underdog almost all my fights in the UFC. I've beat girls that I wasn't supposed to beat. I beat girls that, maybe the UFC was trying to build and looking at me as like a veteran with all this experience and all these fights, that would be easy to like, oh, that'll be a good name to beat because she's so experienced. I've already proved everything, and now I feel like I already knew like who I was and what I was about. And okay, so I had a split decision loss against the number 4 ranked girl in the world who beat the current champ. Like, that says everything. Of course I'm disappointed. I'm a competitor. I want to win. I was on a 4-fight win streak. I wanted to keep winning. I wanted to, get a title shot. But again, I'm still a fighter. Like, setbacks can make you a better fighter. And I think that I've also had the experience of losing in the past. I know how to work my way back up. Not to use Ronda as an example in a negative way, but somebody like a Ronda was so used to winning, so dominant, and didn't necessarily know what it felt like to lose. And then, she kept winning and winning in a dominant fashion, and all the respect to Ronda, all the respect to her in the world. But then she loses 2 fights, and then she's done. my story is just different. You know, I have, you know, there's peaks and there's valleys, and it's just like life, you know, or in anything. If you fall down, like, are you just gonna lay there and die and quit, or are you gonna get back up, learn from your mistakes, and be like, that sucked, I never want to feel that again, but also realize that you might. And I think that maybe is an advantage of me being in the sport for so long, is that knowing what everything feels like, knowing that no matter what happens, I'm never gonna feel something that I don't know how to handle or that I've never felt before. I felt it all. Yeah, it sucks. I don't like to lose. I didn't want to lose that fight. I thought I could win that fight. I still think, you know, maybe going in with a different game plan, maybe, you know, switching things up a little bit, I still could win. I feel like if I rematched Carolina, I still could beat her. I don't feel like she's necessarily better than me. I've never wanted to say, like, because people always say, oh, she was better than me on that night, you know, but I also feel like close fights like that too, it's just like different set of judges or just switching something up a little bit, you know, maybe could have been a split decision the other way, you know, maybe it could have been a unanimous decision the other way. Not taking anything against away from Carolina either, because she did beat me. She beat me. But do I believe that I could beat her? Yes, I do believe I could beat her.
Well, I know that you've got some things going on. I don't want to say necessarily your personal life, but the gym sounds like it's relocating or something. So I guess give us an idea. I mean, professionally, of course, you want to fight again soon, but perfect schedule. I mean, obviously the UFC calls when they call, but if things work out for you, when do you fight again?
You know, my gym is in the it's moving at the moment and won't be, you know, done until around September. I'm definitely going to fight before the end of the year. Nothing's in a perfect world. I think that right now it's up to me. I could say, hey, I want to fight right now, and I would get a fight booked, but I'm not in a hurry. And if an opportunity was presented to myself, I would work around things and I would make it happen. But being smart now would not be the time for me. And you know what? The last 2 years, I've been in a fight camp during the summer, and I want to enjoy the summer a little bit. And I think there's nothing wrong with that.